sketchbook out. Un momento. Miwa Explains. Today on this episode of Miwa Explains DBD, I present you the basis of the game. Así non ti viva Miwa. When was this? Oh, it was yesterday, Thursday. Okay. I go to my Procreate. And then I put my thingy. One moment. I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Okay. Hi, papi. Hello, papito. Hello, mi niño precioso. Qué bonito está mi niño. Hi. So, the basis of the game is as follows. Long time ago, there was someone called the entity that has been calling on people for a while, right? So this is the entity. Hi, I'm the entity. Okay, and the entity has been finding people, two types of people. On this side is the killers. Good. On this side is the survivors. Each one of them has a different story. Depending on who you're playing, they will have different abilities. So the person that I was playing right now is Hag, which is a killer. And the people that I went against was, for example, a Feng. Well, there was actually two Fengs, a Jill from Resident Evil, and a detective, which is Detective Tap. Okay. So now that we understand the basis of the game, so you know what we're talking about. Let's say that there's a pool of survivors here and a pool of killers here. This is your map. Whenever a sacrifice is required by the entity, it pulls one survivor and one killer and puts them in the map. It's a banging total of 4 survivors versus 1 killer. Perks and stuff like that. Each one of them, like I mentioned, has its own little things, and each one of them can handle different things. I'm turning also the camera so you can see Tango, guys. Yes. But the basis is the survivors can see in third person. This is a 360 field view. They can turn around and see where things are coming from. So killers, on the other hand, is a first person perspective. Okay, and because it's a first person perspective, your field of view is literally this. While the survivors get a full-on circle, the killer just gets like a little cone. Whatever happens to be in this cone is what you're able to see. So this is the killer, and this is what it sees, you know, panoramic. And this is the survivor, and the survivor can turn around the camera. Well, yes, you know, your field of view is this. You can turn around that in whatever direction that you have decided. Okay, so now that I have explained this with, you know, my beautiful drawings, as you can see here, you know, I'm such an artist, right? I am going to explain now over here. So the one that I play, and I'm going to read it, is, for example, the Hag. Each one of these has a different story. These are all the killers that you can play. The Trapper, the Wraith, the Hillbilly. One moment, I'm pointing things at Tango. Yes, mi amor. Oh my goodness, he did the floppins. My goodness, he did the floppins, guys. He did the floppins. He did the hacking floppins. I'm sorry, Tango. I'm sorry. So each one of these has a backstory. Some of them are actually evil, some others are victims of circumstance. So a best example of these is, for example, right here. Trapper, Wraith, Hillbilly, they are just victims of circumstance. Same with the nurse and the huntress. Then you have the hag. Half and half with the pig. Definitely the spirit, the plague, the demogorgon, the artist, and that's it. Those are the ones that are victims of circumstance, which means they came from a traumatic experience. Something happened and the entity decided, yes, I'm gonna join you and I'm gonna put you in my entity. Woohoo, now you belong in the void. Now we have evil ones, you know, people that are actually evil, and they were so evil that the entity was like, oh, joink, I'm gonna need you over here because you're evil and you will give me blood. Awesome. Examples of these are the Shape, the Doctor, the Cannibal, the Nightmare, partly the Pig. Like I said, Pig is in the middle. Then you have the Clown, Legion, Ghosty, the Oni, the Dexlinger, the Executioner, the Blight, the Twins, the Trickster, Nemesis, the Cenobite, the, well, not the Unreal, the Dredge, the Knight, the Mastermind, and the Skull Merchant. All of those were actually evil. Like the Skull Merchant, which is the new release that they made, is all about money and power. So the more money that she gets, the more power that she gets, the more that she wants to kill, because it's easier to, you know, to kill the middleman and just do whatever the fuck you want instead of having to pay somebody in the middle. And you have someone like the Mastermind, Daddy Wesker, who just, he will just slam your body against you, and he became evil because he consumed, he had consumptions from the Umbrella Corporation viruses. But then you have killers, like for example, the Doctor, who intentionally tested things on his patients. Like, what the fuck? The Clown, who intentionally tries to hurt people. The Cannibal, who just wants to eat you. The Legion, which is a group of killers. It's a band of mercenaries killers that are able to rush down helpless survivors, and that's it. They just want to run around. Ghosty Boy being ghosty, the Oni because it's a demon, the Deathslinger because he wants to shoot everybody, which is why we call him Red Dead Redemption, the Executioner because he was made to be that way, the Blight because the Blight, the Twins, they are sort of kinda the same as Pig, so middle point. The Trickster because he wants to unalive people, the Nemesis because he's Nemesis, Daddy Nemesis Ubu, the Cenobite because he comes from a specific realm, etc, etc. So now that we checked all of the killers, or at least, you know, basic information on the killers, we go to survivors. Each one of the survivors suffer from exactly the same situation that happened with the other ones. Literally just went and it's like, oh, you look good and you suffer enough, let's get you to suffer more over and over. Joink, and I'm gonna put you over here in my entity, and whenever I decide that I wanna play with you like I play with my food, I'm going to get you. Yeah. We have a total of 4 survivors, and they can go against 1 killer. And that, children, was Miwa's explanation in 5 minutes of what Dead by Daylight is. Welcome back to Miwa Teaches You Dead by Daylight. Anyway. After all of that, Harbinger, the explanation as to why this is, like why certain people hate certain killers, is because of certain powers that they have. So like, for example, in Survivors, people hate Dwight and Claudette because for the most part, they don't help you. They just are doing their own thing and trying to either run the killer and fail or hide. A lot of the mechs, I am a mech main, I really like playing mech, but I tend to be very altruistic, trying to help other people. It's not just me, yay, I'm a one-man team. No, not at all. I try to help other people while I'm playing as mech, and playing a lot of mechs in the community are extremely toxic. And I mean that like in the nicest possible way. They are extremely toxic. They tend to hide, they tend to crouch, same with Nias. So certain killers hate going against certain survivors. Like me, for example, if I see one of these ones, I'm murdering them. Or at least I'm going to try very hard to unalive them very easily because I dislike them. Same with this one, the Claudette. However, everybody else, I tend to give them a fair chance unless you're Leon. Leon is perfect. I love you, Leon. Take me forever. Yeah, and that is one thing that me personally, I don't know about other people, but me personally, I don't like doing because it's just toxic, and so many people did it to me that it makes me feel really bad if I do it to somebody. Now, it has happened in the past that I have sandbagged someone, like try to take a hit for them, and instead they're the ones that go down, things like that. But that is accidents. It's not something that I'm actively trying to do. It's just it's different depending on who, what, and where you are and what you're playing. Now, there's killers, for example, and I'm going to, blast certain people in here. I don't know if you play them or not, but like, for example, every single killer main that I know says that when they just want to kill things, they play Legion. Legion is extremely easy and high in volume. It's super fast, it can down survivors fairly easily, and depending on the build that you carry, you can even kill them like in the fastest of ways. So it's not fun. I will say that it is not fun at all. And this is considered an easy killer. Now, you have killers that happen to be way more difficult to play. Best examples of this, of course, the nurse, which relies on blinks to get somewhere. The hag, because of trap placement. The spirit, because basically you become invisible but stop seeing everything around you. And then we have the absolute, these are the ones that make people quit immediately. Legion is one. Oni is the other one. Pyramid Head is another one. The Blight is one. And the Cenobite. From time to time, the Knight and the Dredge, but that is like one below. Not so much. These ones would cause you to disconnect fairly easy. Now, so many people have told me you might need to learn how to play Blight. Blight is incredibly difficult. Blight is incredibly strange and everything, but you're gonna have so much fun. You should 100% play them. This is also the fastest killer around. It is basically this is the killer for Dead by Daylight, because this is the thing that it covers every single one of them. Like here you can see this skin that I'm wearing called Hollow Blight. So the Blight is the killer of the entity, basically. And this is a killer that in lower LODs, because where I am is like low, I'm in bronze. Yeah, you started in sand or dirt, something like that, then you go to bronze, then you go to silver, then you go to gold, and finally you reach iridescent levels in your gameplay. And that's how you can start, leveling up. In this case, I am baby killer. I am Ash 2 right now. I need one more to reach Ash 1, and then from there I go into bronze. Every month this resets, so this changes. Some killer mains told me just learn Blight and don't let anybody live. People will quit. And for you as killer, it will count as a win, as a kill. So after all that, that's the reason why so many people hate going against specific killers or specific survivors. You can ask your wife about that as well, and they will tell you that they hate going after any specific one.
Hello there.
Cubby, welcome in. How is your Saturday going? Bun times. I'm a little bun, short and sweet. Most people do. Oh, so many people. Like I have more disconnects when I play hack than I play with any other killer. Like with hack, at least I get one disconnect, maybe two disconnects a day, for sure. I had one before today, before stream. 3 people quit, like straight up. After I spanked one of them, and they realized that it was a hack. Bye, all of them left. Only one poor Leon was left alone. And so I went with the Leon and I had him do all the gens. And I spent the next 40 minutes of my life just sitting with that Leon, getting him to finish the gens. And then he offered me his health pack and asked me to murder him. Which we did. It was glorious. Oh, the simple answer is because most people don't know how to go against a hack. Because it's so rarely seen, and depending on your level or your rank, survivors start taking more and more things with them that will counter most killers, but specifically the hack. Tends to be annoying. Which is why the higher level I get, the worse I am with them. So like this group that I went with, 3 of them were already prestige. So I was like, no, fuck it. I'm taking my Mori. They gotta go suck on it and murder them. Now, if they're not toxic, but they're nice to me, I will give them the hatch. Hola, Floppy. Hello, mamón. Ay, hello, qué bonito está mi niño. Ay, pero qué bonito está mi niño. You can see the puppy over here. I'm sorry that the... Okay, let me see if I can get it to a position. Yes, mamá. Yes, mamá. Ay, mi niño chiquito. Tan bonito mi pelo. Tan hermoso mi pelo. Sorry. I want to move the puppy over here so all of you can see the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. But him such a pretty baby, I don't know. But him such a little pretty baby. Why is he such a little pretty baby? Why is he such a little pretty baby, huh? Why is he such a little pretty baby, mi amor? No es tan bonito, mi chiquito. Tan hermosa, mi niña, tan preciosa, mi bebesote. Ay, pero qué bello tan bello. Ay, pero qué bello tan hermoso. Look at you, baby. Look at the pretty with the baby. I love this baby. I love this baby. I'm sorry, I'm losing over my dog. Okay. Yes, mi amor. Ay, qué bonito está mi niño. Ay, qué hermoso está mi bebesote. Ay, mírenlo nada más, qué bonito está mi chiquita. Am I speaking, baby? Talk to my dog. Yes, I am. I am. Touch. Oh my god, there he is. I don't know if you can see him. Look at the little patience. Look at the little patience. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. You cannot see him anymore. I think you should be able to see him now. I'm checking though. It can. Look at the little Boba. Oh my goodness, look at the little boys. Mi chiquito precioso, sus dos patitas tan bonitas. Ay, pero qué bonito mi pellito. Ay, qué bonito mi pellito. I am so sorry to anybody that is just coming in thinking that this is the channel. This is the channel. This is me just knowing my dog. Love my dog. Best dog ever. He's such a cutie. He's such a cutie. Why is he such a cutie? Why is he such a cutie? Ooh, ooh. Okay, more gameplay. Let's get some gameplay going. Oh, there I right. Oh, you poor bad. Oh, little baby. Okay, let's level up